This morning on Lover Plus.
Yes, this morning it is, and what an awesome morning. I mean, did you wake up with a song of praise in your mouth and in your heart? Possibly. And if you did, all the good for you, because you decide the way that your day is going to go. You set the pace for your day. But it's time for the morning show, and I would really love to welcome you specially to this edition of the morning show.
Welcome back. Still this morning on Love World Plus. My name is Henry Williams, and that you've come to that point. We have come to that point where discussion is underway. And what we'll be talking about today is politics. And Nigerian politics is something that has always provoked a lot of reaction and sometimes controversy. Now, looking at the way Nigerians clamored for change during the 2015 elections, desperately seeking a change, seeking a different, situation to what they were seeing. We saw that a new administration came in. Now, with the 2019 elections inching closer, the question arises, what will Nigerians be seeking this time around? Will the desperation be there to have a different, a different experience as the stakeholders, the political players are strategizing, cross-carpeting. Many things have been taking place. We've seen some political bigwigs change camp at one point in time or the other. But what does it portend for 2019? Well, that's what we'll be looking into on today's discussion on the show. What will be Nigerians' position? What will the atmosphere, bring come 2019? And I have with us here in the studio Nnamdi Abana. He's a political scientist, blogger, social affairs commentator. Great to have you join us. Nnamdi.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Pleasure having you. Thank you, sir.
I think that set the pace for our discussion this morning, talking about 2019 elections. Is it too early to begin to talk about 2019 at this point?
I don't think it is early. It is not too early because already we are seeing all the political gladiators making their moves. We are having alignments, we are having realignments, we are having people strategically positioning themselves in different political parties just to ensure that they get into that office that they desire, especially the presidential villa. Politics is all about interest.
Okay.
Politics has been defined as who gets what, when, and how. And that is the bane of Nigerian politics. Secondly, politics has also been defined as the authoritative allocation of resources. Now, this is what is going to come to play. People, our politicians, they want to call the shot. They want to control power. They want to control the resources of this country.
That's interesting.
Well, sorry.
Okay.
The present occupant of the office.
Yeah.
Does he deserve a second term?
That's a big question. That's a big one. You have to make your judgment based on performance, because the essence of governance is service to the people. Okay. So the pertinent question that we need to ask is this: what has the present administration done for the people of Nigeria?
That's it done.
Well, according to Atiku, who just decamped from the APC, he feels that this administration doesn't deserve a second term. Likewise,
many Nigerians, and I think I buy his idea.
So if it is likewise many Nigerians, why are the likes of Orji Kalu, the likes of Governor of Ebonyi State, the likes of one other person are insisting the president must
contest?
Okay, I have an answer to that. The two political characters that you mentioned, they have what I'll call vested interests. One, Orji Kalu, he has a strong political clout in Nigeria's political landscape. But we must realize that Orji Kalu has corruption cases hanging around his neck. He wasn't in APC. We saw him decamping from his political party to the APC. And it seems to me that once you join the APC, you have, you have immunity. Okay. You know, immunity from being prosecuted.
I like to believe
somebody confronted me with that question. Somebody made a post praising the person of Orji Uzokalo yesterday, and I had to respond.
I like to believe that's an allegation, but it's hard to refute your claim. I've heard a lot of people say this, you know, in different spheres, that once you decamp to the APC, you are home free, high and dry. Is that a right message to send, considering the anti-corruption campaign of this
It is not the right message to send. A political party should screen a candidate or should screen an individual before the individual joins the political party. The political party is aware that there are, you know, that there is an alleged corruption, you know, charges against him. So they ought not to have admitted him into the political party. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Then you mentioned what's his name again? The second guy you mentioned.
The governor of Ebonyi State.
The governor of Ebonyi State. The governor of Ebonyi State is a serving governor. He's the incumbent governor of that state. And going by Nigeria's political culture, every governor wants to go for a second term. So if you listened to his statement when the president visited Ebonyi State, or rather when he visited the president at Aso Rock, he said that he would like to go for a second term, and that he can't stop the president from going for a second term. So you can actually see, you know, where he's coming from. And secondly, we can also perceive, because when I saw his reaction, his disposition to the presidency, the APC, even the instruction he gave to his political party in his state, at the state level, he told them that he doesn't want to see any political party poster, anything about the political party during the president's visit. So one could term it that in no distant time, he may move to APC.
Can we see the likes of General Duke running the affairs of Nigeria?
Wow.
I think
Donald Duke is a perfect gentleman.
I think the question,
I wonder if he'll be able to swim in the murky waters of Nigerian politics.
He did say that. He did say that if he's given the PDP ticket, he won't mind.
You don't. A politician shouldn't say if he's given the ticket. A politician goes ahead to take the ticket.
Take it.
You don't wait until you are handed over the ticket, because you have other political gladiators that are there to fight with you.
Nnamdi, we're not running a two-party state, are we?
We're not running into
We are not running a two-party state, a two-party system.
Well, that's what it seems.
But the way it looks like, you know, are Nigerians still going to be posed with the same challenge of choosing between the devil and the deep blue sea? I think that doesn't give Nigerians much options. The way things are going, don't you think at this point in time, well-meaning Nigerians, there are people within, you know, Nigerians, even in diaspora, that have, you know, what it takes to take this country to the next level. But what we find is that there's been a recycling of the whole system. Do we have to end up choosing, well, you know, as I said earlier, from this?
The pertinent question to ask is this: where are those people? Are they involved in the process? We have a lot of theorists, armchair theorists. They believe that they can change the fortunes of this nation, but where are they? They should get into the field and contest. Presently, Nigeria is a two-party state. Even though we have a multi-party system, it's a two-party state. We have the PDP and we have the APC. Unfortunately, ABGA has become a regional party. They are not playing in the national, you know,
They're not seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah?
They are not seeing the bigger picture.
They are not seeing the bigger picture. They are not playing in the national terrain. They are concentrating, you know, on the southeast. And that is a big problem.
Or maybe they want to be like AD.
Yeah,
ACN.
Absolutely. That controlled the affairs of the southwest during the era of Tinubu when he was
And they had about 5 or 6 state governors?
Yes. That's the game they are playing, and that is wrong. We need more strong political parties to come out and challenge the APC and the PDP, because from the look of things, we've not seen any positive change. Buhari came in, one of his core promises, one of the core promises he made was to, stop the Boko Haram from festering in the north. But what are we seeing today? It's as if they've regrouped and they are bombing everywhere. And then the annoying part of it is that the presidency is playing on words. They are now using semantics. This is the time to take action. It's the time to take action and stop them. They are taking territories right now.
In your opinion, what are the features of that politician that you think that can be fielded?
Okay.
The features. Now I'm not being specific about the person now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, a politician that can be fielded must be someone that has been tested.
Must have a track record.
And trusted. He must have a strong political clout in terms of tangible and sustainable achievements. Somebody that the masses are ready to vote for. They know, oh, is this the man? We're going to vote for him. While he was the governor, we heard about X, Y, Z things that he did.
Oh. Do we have anybody like that?
We have, of course.
Okay.
We have Peter Obi is there. He performed remarkably well. In fact, even the opposition acknowledged that he was outstanding. But those that have political antecedents, excellent political antecedents. I mentioned Governor Peter Obi of Anambra State. He was able to attract the United Nations to the state, and they were able to establish different projects, including a state digital library. The roads. He wasn't busy hoisting excuses
Apart
about...
from Peter Obi Wells. Apart from Peter Obi?
I'm coming.
No, let's go on. Let's not dwell too much. Okay. You've made your point.
Okay. Then, basically, Peter Obi is the man that I've been able to single out. Then, Kwankwasho did... Rabiu Kwankwasho did outstanding. He did remarkably well. Okay. And that was why he was able to defeat Atiku Abubakar in the primaries in the APC. He came second and Atiku came third.
Okay, let's take a look at another scenario, another issue that is boiling when it comes to choosing of leaders. Some believe that Nigerians are really distracted with presidency and gubernatorial elections, so that the key also lies more in lawmakers, in the Senate. Those who we elect into, the House are very key, based on experiences we've faced in these recent times. And the Nigerians should actually make sure that whoever they elect into the House is their choice, because that also goes a long way to ensure that their interests are also protected. We've seen that many times. We've tried to bring back some, pass some bills and change some, and it doesn't seem to work because Nigerians feel that they don't have a good representation.
Yes, that is a big kettle of fish on its own. We have legislators who don't understand legislative business. We have legislators who are yet to feel the pulse of the masses.
So what are they doing?
We have legislators that don't even have constituency offices. If you don't have such an office in your senatorial district, I wonder how you'll be able to perform as a senator. I wonder how you'll be able to perform to present the needs of your people to the Senate. And that is a big problem. We need political orientation in this country. Most of the politicians, sadly, most of the politicians that we have, they go there for the money. They don't have service at the back of their minds. They go there for money. And that is why you hear about Ghana must go bags, corruption here and there, EFCC is chasing one legislator up and down, and so on. They've missed the goal. The essence is service, but they've missed the goal.
We've seen people legislating over very flimsy issues. When
yes, there are flimsy.
When Nigerians are faced with issues of homelessness and
we have homelessness,
poverty.
the IDPs, dilapidated infrastructure, roads, and some people. I was thinking about this morning before I entered the car to come for this program. I was thinking about the NGO, the controversial NGO bill. Yeah. Why should that even come up on the floor of the National Assembly? Because they have an ulterior motive. They have an ulterior motive. Is that the priority right now? That's
so
not the priority. It shouldn't even come up in the first place.
Why don't we interrogate the people standing for election?
First, the orientation has to be taken to the people first. What kind of electoral process do we have? I'll give you an instance. In the last Anambra election, some of the candidates were there at the polling station with Ghana must go bags. They were giving out money to voters, influencing voter behavior. When they had a register, they will give you money. They will ensure that you vote for them. And then at the end of the exercise, they will do an audit. It was so bad. So how do you expect the right candidate to emerge? And the same thing will play out when it comes to the senatorial and House of Rep election. We've heard about stomach infrastructure. Why should such a nomenclature come up in our political parlance?
So can our politics be devoid of monetization?
How do we deal with this? The
way we can deal with it is for NGOs to engage the people. Orientation programs. Take it to the schools. Take it to the civil service.
And
take it to to the market women.
And it starts yesterday.
What?
It starts yesterday. I mean, this is what should be ongoing.
Then in the churches.
We don't wait till the 2019.
Yeah, we don't have to wait.
Orientate people.
We don't have to wait. Even in churches, we should tell our people how to identify the right candidate and how to vote for the right candidate. We shouldn't absolve ourselves and say, oh, politics is for them. Politics is for everybody.
Do you think it should be part of curriculum in schools?
Yes, I think so. Civic education, government, it should be part and parcel of the school curriculum. Teach them about corruption. Teach them about the negative sides of corruption. When you compromise the process, you get a deformed individual as your representative. And when they get there, they will mess up and they will put the whole nation in peril. So every Nigerian ought to sit up. Every Nigerian ought to study. They have to read up. They ought to look at ideal democracies for them to be able to do the right thing.
Does age matter?
In?
Whoever wants to be the president.
Well, age is a factor. Age is a factor. I believe that the young people should be given the chance to rule this country. When someone is old, he's really old.
What's your idea of old? What's your idea of old?
Why should we have people in their late 60s, 70s contesting for elections, even 80s contesting for election? Why was Mugabe removed? We don't want old people. These people should occupy their position as elder statesmen. You know, they should watch at the background and offer, words of wisdom. They shouldn't be in the field.
For how old is Donald Trump? He's in his 70s, isn't he?
Well, Donald Trump is also...
Or should it be...
Donald Trump is an elder, and we can see how he's performing. We can see how he's destroying institutions in America, the media. Yesterday, he tweeted something against the CNN and the journalist that works on the CNN. Amanpour had to respond. She had to produce a video clip. She showed video clips of CNN journalists who were on the line of duty at the war front. One of them was hit by a bomb. Different video clips. Trying to, send a message to the president that the people you are vilifying, you are actually supposed to be extolling what they are doing. But Trump is fighting the media, calling them fake news, and so on and so forth.
What age limit can we set?
From 30 and above. 30 to, okay, 30 to, let's say, 55, 60. We shouldn't have people that should be resting, you know?
Elder statesmen.
Elder statesmen. When they get to the United Nations, while important matters of the state in quotes, countries, you see them sleeping and snoring. We don't want that.
How do we deal with the issue of unfulfilled promises of it's called campaign promises, when a candidate comes and makes promises and is elected based on those promises that he has made? How do we deal with that? How do we deal with that? A friend of mine is also part of civil society, says he's drafting a document that he feels a candidate should sign, an undertaking, based on what he has said. Well, have we come to that?
That is a factor, but another way to hold them responsible is the use of the power of the social media. The social media must not be relegated to the background.
But that doesn't,
one of the reasons why the PDP was ousted, one of the reasons is this: they failed to perform, and the opposition took advantage of it, and they had many social media influencers. They were on Twitter, they were on Facebook, they had meetings, and they tore PDP into shreds based on their antecedents, failure to deliver on the dividends of democracy, especially the abduction of the Chibok girls and the menace of Boko Haram. They took over states. The governor of Borno State, I think 3 different northeastern states, they had to run away from their states. They were operating from different states.
But you know, some would argue that they are in already. When they are in, they are in. So how do you prevent that? Because once a candidate is elected, he must fulfill his term.
Yes.
And in the process of your agitations and reactions, he's still in the saddle.
Citizens must speak up. The civil society must be active. They must be on their toes.
How active are the civil societies now?
How would you judge his civil society at this rate?
Well, the Nigerian civil society is yet to come to maturity, but they are trying.
Yet to come to maturity?
Yes, they are yet to come to maturity. They are yet to come to maturity. We should be able, you know, in Nigeria, we like fighting from the background. We like, maybe, you know, you go through the social media and we are throwing punches.
But the Nigerian civil society was formidable when Yaradua was here. The Nigerian civil society was extremely formidable.
It was an extreme situation. When Nigerians are pushed to when the situation becomes so extreme, that is when they now come out to shout. But what I'm talking about is when issues of governance, in terms of policy, when you see that the government is derailing, once it is observed, the civil society, the labor unions should come out and say, no, this shouldn't happen. And if you go ahead, we're going to cause trouble for your government. Why is it that we don't have the labor unions picketing the National Assembly, picketing Aso Rock, picketing different institutions of government?
I pose that question to you. Why do you think so? Why do you think so?
Yeah, there is this lethargy. People are sort of laid back, and the government seems to have penetrated the civil society.
Okay, now you're talking.
So, those ones that are yet to be corrupted should be in the forefront. I like, well, should I say I like, but I think they are doing a lot in terms of being a formidable pressure group. Charlie Boy and one, is it Deji? Adeyonju. When the president was sick, they staged protests.
Both home and abroad.
Both home and abroad. Demanded that the president should return. Demanded that the hospitals in Nigeria should be fixed.
That was quite effective.
And it was effective. In fact, it even spiraled to the United Kingdom. Some people went over there picket the entrance of the presidential villa over there with microphones. They were, you know. After that day, the next day, the president returned to the country. That is the power of the civil society. You don't keep quiet. Government will come up with obnoxious laws and everybody is quiet. Like the NGO bill. We are still doing consultations, going to Abuja, meeting. No way. No way. This is the time for people to, Christians especially, you move out en masse, get to the National Assembly, picket the gate, and let the world hear your voice. By the time we do that as Christians, CNN will carry it, Al Jazeera will carry it, Press TV will carry it. They will know that we are serious.
It will go viral.
It will go viral. The essence of sitting down and trying to negotiate from the corner, it will not work. Even though it has its place, but it will not work. We have to come out and, you know, speak up for what we believe in.
Okay, I believe we are on a home stretch now. How do you round this discussion off?
Okay, to round the discussion off, my message to the Nigerian citizen is that we must be politically conscious. We must have that full, absolute political consciousness, you know, so that when issues that affect our lives crops up, we should be able to be involved in the process. Don't say I'm insignificant. With one tweet, you can start a revolution in your state. I mean positive revolution. Positive revolution. With one tweet, that phone in your hand is a weapon of change. With it, you can remove a state governor. And then to the legislators, you must realize that you are there to represent the people. Have a constituency office. Get to know the pressing needs of your people, of the people in your constituency. When you get to the National Assembly, present it to them. I'll mention one road in Anambra State. That Enugu-Onitsha Expressway towards Omonia. If you get to the express, it's a federal road. But if you get to the road, you will think that it leads to one bush, one interior bush. You won't see any, coal tar. You see red sand several kilometers away. And we have a legislator in the House.
Representing that.
What is he doing there?
Very good question.
What is he doing there? By the time you raise it and make trouble about it, the Senate will listen. And they will bring it to the desk of the president.
Well, Nnamdi, I want to thank you for joining us. It's been a great pleasure having you on the show talking 2019 elections. Well, the questions that have been raised and the challenges that are posed come 2019, I certainly hope will get you thinking and get us aware, get our eyes opened. We must mobilize ourselves, we must be conscious, and we must understand that each one of us has a responsibility to ensure that good leadership is entrenched in Nigeria. On that note, I want to thank you. I will take a break from here. Thanks once again, Nnamdi. A very interesting discussion we had.